the bill request?
Well, that's been dropped, is that the one talking about? Okay.
This is the email from Irene Stradle, probably?
Yeah, this morning I was told it was dropped, that's why. I did get copies of the ordinance that references it. So this is a lady that wants to, she's stayed in Arizona for the winter and wanted to see if she could get her service cut off during the part of the year when she's not here. However, we have ordinance that speaks against that. And basically what it says is that if you want to do something to that point, you have to have your meter removed from your house, thousands of dollars. So that was passed in 2010. I'm not sure what, could she hear that?
No.
Okay, right, so,
So this would take, I mean, council has to consider this and it would override, it would be a precedent setting.
Well, we'd have to change code,
yeah, you'd have to change the code.
prohibited by current code.
It talks about utility billing, so she's talking about, she wants all of her utilities cumulatively to be $20 a month.
Right.
Okay. I got it. So water, sewer, stormwater, not garbage though.
Not garbage.
So we don't bill that.
We don't do that.
But if we did, that would be considered $20.
Sure.
So no actions required at our
No.
part then?
No, one of
Can
the
we
things,
vote on just this?
yeah, well, one of the things I suggested in response to this is send her a copy of the ordinance, so that way council's aware.
Okay.
What?
I should see, and they even give this any consideration at all, who's gonna be the policeman and make sure that they didn't return in January, and, I mean, they say they wouldn't be gone till April. I mean, who's gonna, or that they didn't rent the house out, somebody's living in it. I mean, who's gonna do all that policing? I'm not even, no way in the world even consider it.
A sidebar a little bit, I think one time we had a discussion related to looking at snowbird, people that move back and forth about averaging out their utility bills. At one time, I think there was discussion that we had that looking at a prorated year, that what did they average out and have them pay that, well, whether they're here or not, you know, and then at the end of the year, you account for the difference, true it up. But we didn't go any farther with that. That would be only something that we would have more than just a singular person asking for the same thing.
The only thing I could see on this is, at the time when we set the minimum billing, we had a cost allocation for what the actual fixed costs of the system are and what the variable costs of the system are and how much usage should be included flat rate. We haven't updated that in a while, so I could see, you know, doing a cost study on that. But as far as fairly allocating the fixed costs of the system, her house still has fire flow if she's not living in it. If she wanted to burn down and she's gone, you know?
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't cost more than $20 a month to put a fire out.
No, but it costs money to keep the mains flowing.
But I disagree though, I think we did do that. In fact, I remember I was sitting where John is now, and we had the overhead up here. It was in the last 3.5 years, because it was in my term, that we redid those rates and how much the base amount was and how much you consumed, you know, what, you know, the different buckets of consumption, how much higher that went. So I feel like it's still pretty, at least for me, it feels pretty new still.
What's included in the unit, you're allowed so many units or whatever.
Yeah.
How much? Other comments? So no action on our part?
No. Is council okay with me just sending her a copy of our ordinance and then recording?
I might type a response too, but.
Well, yeah, I know.
Just send a copy of the ordinance, copy it.
Here, send this to your lawyer.
Okay, laptop computer purchase. Kelly, come on down.
The state office and administrative office of the court has a program that we can get on their list for reimbursement after so many years to get equipment, computer equipment for the judge or myself and the clerk. We are on schedule for 2014 to get a laptop for up to $1,100 towards one. And if we get one just from the state and they provide the laptop itself, we can't add anything to it. It cannot have any kind of Microsoft Word programs on it, no email, nothing. It's just going to be sitting right there and doing just AOC work, which is fine, which is what we have now. We'd like to do one where the city buys it, we put the Microsoft Office suite on there, and then he can get email and he can take the laptop to conferences because everybody knows who thinks they're going paperless, and he would have that capability. And also for after-hours phone calls from the police department so that everybody gets the correct information. Oh, and I have estimates of different costs associated. Out of pocket, after the $1,100 reimbursement, we would pay an extra $70 for the laptop, the office certificate, around $325, and then Auburn charges a 2-hour setup fee, which is about $150.
Questions from the council? James?
So, remind me, do we pay the judge hourly or is it a flat rate?
Hourly.
So, if we did the one where we bought the laptop and he can then take it to conferences and use it, outside of here, is that gonna increase the amount of hours that?
He's never billed for
Okay.
after-hours phone calls or anything like that.
He's court time only. And that wouldn't change the budget. Okay.
Any questions?
I have another, I don't know if you're gonna be here when we get the finance report, but I have a court expenses other question.
Can
I
we,
don't know if I should ask it now.
can we add that as another topic after we discuss
Sure,
this?
yeah.
Other questions about the laptop? What's the council's pleasure? You just want to talk about your expense.
Well, it's just that there are, I'm looking at the January through June 2013, and for the Algonah Court, it shows that we have about $97,000 in revenue, but no expenses, and last year we had the same amount of revenue for the year and about $92,000 in expenses. Is that maybe an accounting thing, you know? Or did we do something really, really good with our court?
Check out the new report you got, that's December's data. That was,
Oh, there's a newer one?
yeah, the one I gave you today with the proposed preliminary budget has December's numbers on it.
All right, cool.
That should help you out.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
For your homework for Wednesday.
All right,
Thank you very much.
good answer.
Dodge that bullet.
Okay, resolution executing an interlocal agreement with the Association of Washington Cities. Amy?
Okay, we received a letter which is enclosed in your packet from AWC, Employee Benefits Trust, Board of Trustees, and they voted to become self-insured. And I kind of outlined some of the benefits and impacts. There's a cost savings for members because going self-insured, they eliminate mandatory taxes for the fully insured plan. There will be no increase in premiums in 2014 for employees covered by the trust, Regents, Medical, Washington Dental Service, and VSP Vision self-insured plans. benefit plans remain the same. And, that also includes the changes under the Affordable Care Act for 2014. And members will still be part of the trust's large insurance pool. And, we will need to pass a resolution accepting their interlocal agreement, which I've also included in your packet. And it has to be back to them by, let's see, November, I believe it's November 15th.
And if we don't agree, what happens? Just out of curiosity, we can't participate.
We cannot participate. That is right.
What other questions do we have? That was the big one.
Don't really have any options.
We need to start shopping.
No, I can say that in my daytime experience on the county side of this same approach, moving toward a self-insured plan, seems to be the trend right now. I don't know if Josh has any particular insight about it, but, I know this is pretty common in, AWC even has the county speak as far as, competitive rates that it offers to its members, so I think it's probably a good idea for us to follow along and retain access.
My only thought on that is if you're going self-insured, make sure you're in a large enough pool that you're not gonna get hit by someone in a bad case, but AWC is fairly large, not probably fly by night.
Other questions? What's council's pleasure?
Move forward.
Sounds good. And I don't see Ken.
Ken is sick, he's having a procedure done tomorrow, in October.
Okay. Do we want to continue with this topic, or do we want to postpone things?
And I forgot he has his,
I don't know, we didn't have a meeting last week,
yeah.
so I don't have any background on this now.
I'd say that we postpone it, I mean, we can kind of flag it for, Tuesday's meeting, because there is no meeting on Monday, it's holiday. So, Columbus Day or something, nothing. But anyway, so, a reminder, it's Tuesday next week. But, and if it's urgent, we at least have a placeholder, if not, we can take it to the next workshop.
Okay.
What does council think about that?
Any objections? Okay. And the last section, for the P is meeting minutes for several meetings. If you haven't had a chance to review them, please do so. Okay?
I'll ask that the spelling of my last name be corrected, and there are no O's in McMahon, just A's. And it looks like it's pretty consistent through 50, 60, 90.
What else do you want?
I'd like to correct Trent's name to Tron. I get Tran more often than not.
Josh, did you say? So, please take a chance to review these over the next few days, and if you have any corrections or edits, please send them to Amy by Thursday. Is that doable? So she can correct them for the meeting.
You fixed March 25th.
Clint, do you have something for copy savings?
Yes, I do. Looking at it here tonight, for example, we have a half-inch packet of paper here. And I'm going through a whole bunch of my paperwork at home, and so what I'm doing, when I go to the workshop, I'm getting a half-inch full of stuff like this, and when we move it forward, then I go to the meeting, and I get another half-inch of the same stuff again, is that the people that are not on all this automatic crap, keep copies of this, put it in your book up front, and when you come in for your meeting, council meeting, take it out, bring it to the council member's responsibility, and what what Amy can do is, once you get the agenda, if copies, if we're using the workshop copies, she just put workshop copy on here, and then there'll be no copy in the packet. It'll be our responsibility to use our workshop packet and look it up. Because we are, it's unbelievable how much paper I'm throwing away. And boxes full, and it's only like 1 year for this one. It's good moment. So, it'll be quite a cost saving.
I think one of the things, Kent, that would be helpful, and Amy probably wasn't aware, and I haven't even told her, we have those notebooks, we have been using them for a month. If we go back to using the notebooks, then we won't have the redundancy of paper. You know, and she'll know which notebooks the council members need to have, you know, which notebooks need to be filled. You know, because there are some council members that never need a packet, but, you know, there's 3 of you that always, and I'll probably start using mine again.
We have one.
But
Yeah, right there.
I'll go ahead and let her know where the binders are and what it is, and that's how we can cut down on that, Clint. We just go back to using our notebook.
Well, not only
She'll
that,
just grab the notebook and put any corrections or take out the old.
After workshop, don't throw this away if it's, and then you don't have to remake the copies.
If it's in your binder, it'll stay in your binder. If there's any changes, she'll pull that sheet and put the right sheet in
Yeah.
when it comes to the council meeting.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, no, we should go back to that. You're right. Thanks for bringing that up.
I think for the people that are using electronic copies, it's handy to have everything in one place. So, I know it doesn't take much time to scan it and sit it. I'm not crying. But rather than flipping between 2 copies, so, you know, if we can make sure that the electronic version is a full version, that'd be really appreciated. Other questions? Comments? Okay, that leaves us for executive session. My guess is, and this is executive session for contract negotiations per RCW 42.30.140